Hi friends, before we get started, I just want to let you know that we have restocked all of our merch items for the sesh at milehighermerch.com. I know that you guys have been waiting very patiently for us to get more stock, and we have it. We have all sizes and all of our items, so be sure to head over and grab yours if there's something that you have had your eye on for a while. And we also have some stock still of our charity merch that we did, that all of our proceeds are being donated to the National Network of Abortion Funds, which is a great organization. So if you haven't had your chance to get your hands on one, go ahead and go on the site and do that. We don't have a ton of them, so be sure to hop on as soon as you can if you are looking to grab a shirt. All of our merch is super high quality. It's really soft. It washes really well. The colors are awesome. And we ship out of our own warehouse through our friends and family. So you really are supporting a small business. And we greatly appreciate everyone who has already bought something from Mile Higher Merch so far. And be sure to tag us on social media at _Sesh Podcast once you have your merch, because we absolutely love seeing you guys wear them. It's so fun. Thank you guys again for the support. We really appreciate it. And let's get to the show.
You a High School Musical girl?
Hell yeah.
Or what is it?
Ma.
That's the only movie you watched.
I love High School Musical.
Actually?
Yes. Yeah. I would run around my house and pretend I was in High School Musical, and reenact.
While you were in high school?
Yeah. And High School Musical came out before high school.
Yeah,
like
middle school.
Yeah.
I remember
and
that.
I would literally pretend I was what's-her-face, Gabriella, and then I had my boyfriend Troy, and I would run around my house pretending to sing the song.
Would you wait? Because when it would cut air, I remember sitting there at my friend's house and we'd be watching just general TV, waiting for it, through commercials, whatever. But oh my God, I still remember that.
Soaring.
Oh, the other way around.
How's respect?
I know.
I like that camp one with the Jonas Brothers too.
Oh, I was
Rock.
into the Jonas Brothers. I didn't care.
Crop Rock.
Crop Rock. Oh my
Camp
God.
Rock.
I
loved
loved
Rock.
Yeah, Camp Rock. Oh my God, I loved it.
No, didn't care about them. Really just into High School Musical. I would wait till my parents would leave
Troy.
the house so I could be alone and belt out the songs on my own. One time I even recorded myself because I was I want to see if I sound like Gabriella. I did not sound like Gabriella.
Would you get emotion, sing the emotional songs and get into it?
Oh yeah, I would sing the breakup song. What about us? What about everything we've been through? What about trust? You know I never wanted to hurt you. What about me? What am I supposed to do? I gotta leave, but I'll miss you.
Yeah, I forgot the lyrics. Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys are all
You
haters.
like the blonde chick, Ashley Tisdale?
Sharpay?
I love Sharpay.
I love
Dude,
Sharpay.
Sharpay, she was the underdog.
I don't think that's her name. I don't think it's
Ashley.
No, I know, but
Yes, that was her freaking name.
in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sharpay?
Sharpay
Yes.
Evans.
Like the dog? Like a Sharpay?
Yeah,
Oh.
and she had a little dog.
And what
she
was
had a
her
brother.
brother's name? He was freaking... They were weird.
Who the frick knows what his name
No, it
was?
was in Austin.
Sharpay and Ryan.
Ryan.
Hell yeah. Hi, friends, and welcome back to the sesh. I'm Janelle, joined with my 3 stupid co-hosts and my 2 cute, smart co-hosts over here, Karelly and Sydney. We missed you guys last week. We took a week off, but we are back in action. Thank you guys for your patience. We take a break every quarter from all the shows. So yeah, thank you guys for waiting, but we are back with a very exciting episode. This week, we are going to be discussing the Ace family because they just never end. It never ends with them. In fact, it's not just about them now. They have brought their, Austin's brother and his ex-wife, girlfriend, partner.
Only partner. Yeah.
Partner, ex-partner into the picture. And Catherine's popping off on fucking Instagram. There's a lot of drama. And I also have a whole point to make at the end of this as to why we're even bringing this up. There's a bigger picture than just talking about the tea, because kids are involved, and it kind of goes back to family vlogging, and I wanted to touch on that as well. So we will be diving into that. But before we do, we have to go over our sweet and sours for the week. So Who wants to start? Sydney, you want to start?
Sure. Yes. Okay. With my sour.
He goes, Yeah, sure. Start whatever you want.
Okay. Oh, yes. So last weekend, this is actually major sour, but we wanted to, it was super last minute, like get away for just like 1 or 2 nights and go to the mountains.
Nice.
And so we just kind of planned something super last minute, like on Wednesday and left on Friday.
That's nice though. Where did you guys go?
We went up to Frisco area.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And it was fine. Like we showed up and the Airbnb was meh. It was through a family friend of Jared's, and I think that, when people own rentals and they have it done through like a third party, they're pretty much like hands off. Yeah. And I don't believe these people go to their rental very often. At least that's what it seemed like. So, it was not very clean, which was a little frustrating. No. Yeah, it was kind of gross. But the next day we're kind of like, we didn't really want to stay the next night because like just felt gross. Like,
really? Yeah. It was that bad?
Yeah. It was like
what was wrong with it?
Bed, like the sheets were gross.
Yeah. The bed grossed me out. Right. And then I just was, from the moment we got there. Oh, and the biggest thing was the fridge. Stink? The fridge didn't work. And they had a mini fridge. And I'm so, like, Jared and I wanted to like go to the grocery store before and grab groceries, which I'm like really happy we didn't, because we had gotten there like too late and we were like, oh, we'll just go tomorrow. But if we would have, we wouldn't have been able to keep anything in the fridge. So that was extremely annoying because it was a mini fridge. Like,
and it didn't work.
On the ground. That's all we had for like keeping stuff cold.
And it didn't even work.
Yeah, that barely worked. So it was just frustrating. And it was kind of awkward because it's like through a family friend, which they had no idea that this was going on. So
damn.
We ended up planning to leave, but before we left, Kelly went up to a pile of bees. And it freaked her out, and we thought she got stung, or like one was up her nose or something like that. And we watched her for hours. She ended up not getting stung, but something, I don't know how this happened, but at the end of the night, once we got back home, she started acting really weird. Like she was lethargic. Her belly was like really bloated. She was throwing up all over, and I was like, oh my gosh. So we had to take her to the vet, and they said it was due to being dehydrated, which I was like, well, doesn't she drink when she's thirsty? But then I think with her throwing up, I don't know what it was, but she had a good time up in the mountains. She ran through the water.
Poor Cal.
Yeah, that was my sour.
Is she better now?
Yeah, she's doing much better. They put like a sack of fluids in her.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was so weird because then like
camel.
Yeah, it was weird though. Like it was a big bubble.
It works though.
Yeah, she was. I could tell like made a big difference. So and it went down fast, and that's how I knew like
they absorb it quick. Yeah.
So all was good there, but it was a little bit rough. My
stressful.
Yeah, my sweet is, I surprisingly didn't think this was gonna happen. Found my wedding dress.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yay!
I'm really excited. So it made me excited, like more so. So it's really going down.
It's really happening.
Yeah, it is.
It's so pretty too.
I'm excited. I'm glad you guys.
We'll
like
post
it.
a picture.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, no, and it was a great experience. So my mom and sister got to be there, and it was a lot of fun.
That's really great.
I'm so happy for you. I can't wait to see it in person on you.
I know. You guys have to come over.
Yeah. Do you have it?
Yeah, we were able to like take it home that day.
Do you have to have alterations on or anything?
Very minimal, and then we're just gonna take out some parts of it.
Gotcha.
That's really lucky that you found.
I know.
A dress and like was it your first shop?
Yeah, 4 dresses.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I was
crazy.
like,
did you know right away, or were you like going back and forth?
Did you like have the feeling?
Well, yeah, all the other dresses I tried on, I was like, oh my God. It was like almost making it worse. I was like, this is going to suck.
Oh no.
But then I put the one I chose on, and I was like, oh wow, I really like this. I have never, and it's so, I feel stupid saying this, but I have never been emotional or felt whatever way wearing something, but then putting that on, I got like teary-eyed. I swear.
That's so cute.
Like,
I love
amazing.
that.
That's how you know
So.
it's right.
Like I wanted to wear it. I didn't want to try anything else on. So
Sid said yes to the dress.
I did.
Does Jared know anything about it?
Well, no, he did. Like, he just knows we went to one spot. But it's like in the closet, so I'm like, don't.
Does he know that you bought one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's so freaking exciting.
I know. It made me feel like, okay,
it's happening.
Really happening. Gotta wear the dress, so.
I bought it. Gotta wear it.
Yeah.
Yay. I'm so excited for you. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Karelly, my coworker and not friend, Karelly. You guys, someone commented that they think that Karelly and I have beef, or that I don't like her, that I think of her as only a coworker, which is not true. I freaking love Karelly. She's one of my very dear friends. Okay.
We're all very close here. Like,
yeah, we're all very close.
Yeah, we are actually like genuinely all friends here.
Correct.
It's not like there's no beef between anybody.
No.
There's nothing happening.
There's nothing happening. I love Karelly.
I love Janelle.
Thank you. She loves my dogs. My dogs love her.
We're
We're
happy
all
family.
One happy big family.
Yeah.
Anyway,
my sweet and sour kind of go hand in hand because my sour turned into my sweet.
Oh, I love that for you.
Yeah. So, this was, I think it was just like Sunday night. My car fob doesn't work. So lately I've been having to manually lock my door, which I'm very, very forgetful. So that night I did not lock my door. And then the next morning I woke up and I never ever check my bank statement like in the morning. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why I did that morning. I just had a weird feeling. So I checked my bank statement and I was $700 overdraft
on
my debit card. And I was like, or not overdraft. There was $700 taken from overdraft. Yeah. It was taken from there was $700 taken from my debit card and I was freaking out because it wasn't me.
Yeah.
So obviously I call the banks. I do all what I have to do. Turns out, I go down to my car. Turns out somebody stole my wallet from my car. Very unfortunate. But these are the fucking dumbest criminals I think I've ever like heard of.
Yeah.
I have a AirTag in my car, not attached to my wallet, nowhere in my wallet. Like my wallet and the AirTag were in two completely different spots.
Wait, what? I thought they were attached.
No.
Idiots.
Idiots.
So they just took both?
They took both. So I didn't even think to check it because I was like, whatever. But then I checked in my, it was in my center console, my AirTag was, and it wasn't there. So then I go and check, looking for it.
Yeah.
And it's at a hotel, like not far from me.
Oh my God.
And so I am pissed. I'm so pissed. Somebody they stole my money. They stole my shit. And honestly, it's just such a violation when somebody breaks into your stuff and takes your things. Like they didn't take anything of like high value. I mean, other than my cards and stuff, but they didn't take anything of like high value.
Yeah.
It was just like little things. Like I had some clothes in my car. I had like a really cool tray in my car.
So they just took everything.
Yeah, they took quite a bit of things, but they didn't take my chargers, which I was very happy about. So anyway.
Dude, good thing you didn't like leave your laptop in there or something.
Oh, same. I never do, thankfully.
Yeah.
I never do, but I'm glad. I'm really happy I didn't leave. I think I had like maybe a bag, like a purse in there with like maybe some like little things like makeup and whatever.
Yeah.
And that's gone.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway, so a couple days pass. I check my bank statement again, and these fuckers made a return on my debit card from where they like shop. They shopped at Home Depot.
Got it.
And they made a return on my debit card. So I called the bank and I was like, hey, like, just so you guys know, this wasn't me. Like, it probably looks suspicious, but I promise it wasn't me. Like, I don't have my cards. They were stolen. They could see that. Like, they tried making like not hundreds, but like multiple different purchases for hundreds of dollars. But obviously my card was deactivated. So whatever, I tell the bank, I'm like, hey, it wasn't me, whatever. The bank can't do anything about the refund because it's not from them, it's from somebody else. So they can't like take it away or anything.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I got my money back and the refund that they made on my card. So
you made like double.
I that you made money.
Yeah, I made money on this. Yeah.
That's some good shit, actually.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, good karma. Good karma.
That is.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, that is my sweet and sour because it really, really sucked.
How much was it, the return?
$450.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I
mean, that's like low key worth having your wallet stolen. As long as there wasn't like, tons of cash in it. Then
no, there was like maybe
made like $200 off it. Or
no, literally, I had like maybe like $50 in cash. So it really wasn't even that much.
So you made some money.
I made some money, yeah. So fuck
you didn't have to do anything.
I know. I didn't have to do anything.
That's so stupid that they stole your air tag.
Yeah, go back to that. Like I said, they took my air tag, and I was going to go to the location because it was like not far from me.
Right.
But then I was like, like my reason kind of stepped in and was like, you probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's a little sketch.
But also, they just nothing. I made a report. They went, nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
They didn't do anything. Why would they? So
why would they?
Yeah. So that's my sweet and my sour.
Oh, love that for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad you made money off of it, though. That's
me
like
too.
kind of iconic.
No, same. Me too. I'm like, wow. I'm, what goes around comes around. Money goes and comes and goes.
True that.
Mm-hmm.
Hello Fresh. Fresh. Hello Fresh is the best. Whoa, that was like a jingle for me. You guys, Hello Fresh really is America's #1 meal kit because they deliver farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes right to your doorstep. Skip the trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. Gear up for the busy fall season with over 55 weekly options and take the stress out of meal planning and prepping. From family-friendly to fit and wholesome, veggie, and even pescatarian, which is my personal favorite, HelloFresh has tasty and nutritious meals sure to please everyone. With everyone going back to school now, things can get really busy, and whether you have kids or maybe you're a student yourself, HelloFresh can be super, super useful because they make weeknights so much easier with foolproof, step-by-step recipes ready in around 30 minutes or less. And now you can enjoy more variety than ever before with Hello Custom. Swap out one protein or side for another, upgrade for a more luxe experience, or even add protein to a veggie meal. I love HelloFresh. I have loved HelloFresh for years. I have never met a HelloFresh meal that I didn't love, and they're so easy. And what I really love is they introduce you to new ingredients that you maybe wouldn't have otherwise cooked with. Recently, John and I made creamy lemon dill salmon, which was so delicious. And one of the ingredients was actually something called bulgur wheat, which I had never heard of before, but it was delicious, and I will definitely be cooking with it in the future. My favorite thing of HelloFresh is the fact that I don't have to think about what I'm cooking that night. I can just go into my fridge, pull out a HelloFresh meal, and get right to cooking, and I don't have to go to the grocery store and think about all the different ingredients I need to buy, especially if I just need like a little piece of something. Like let's say all you need is a little bit of cilantro, but in the grocery store, you have to buy a giant bunch of cilantro, and then a lot of it goes to waste. And I hate wasting food. And with HelloFresh, you don't have to worry about wasting food. So go to HelloFresh.com/Sesh16 and use code Sesh16 for 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. That's HelloFresh.com/Sesh16 and use code Sesh16 for 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. Sometimes in life, all I want is a dang soda, particularly root beer. I'm a root beer girl for life. It is my favorite soda. However, soda has a lot of sugar in it and a lot of other terrible chemicals that are really just so unhealthy for you. And that is why I'm obsessed with Olipop. Olipop is a new kind of soda. It tastes just like the sodas I grew up with, but unlike other sodas that are full of sugar, corn syrup, and artificial ingredients like aspartame, Olipop is made with natural ingredients that are actually good for you. Olipop is the fastest growing functional beverage brand in America. They have delicious nostalgic flavors like vintage cola, classic root beer, orange squeeze, cherry vanilla, strawberry vanilla, and they also have ginger lemon, which is so delicious. That's also one of my favorites aside from root beer. It's really, really fresh, and it actually has ginger in it, unlike other, ginger ale type of drinks that are just artificially flavored. Olipop has real ginger in it. And they use functional ingredients that combine the benefits of prebiotics, plant fiber, and botanicals to support your microbiome and benefit digestive health. 90% of Americans consume more than the USDA's daily recommended added sugar intake, which is 30 grams. Sweetened beverages like soda are the leading source of added sugars to the American diet. Olipop is much, much lower in sugar than conventional sodas, with only 2 to 5 grams of sugar from natural sources. No added sugar. Their vintage cola has just 2 grams of sugar as compared to a regular Coca-Cola, which has 39 grams of sugar. And their orange squeeze has 5 grams of sugar compared to orange Fanta, which has 44 grams of sugar. And all their products are non-GMO, vegan, paleo, and keto-friendly with less than 8 grams net carbs per can. And they are so confident that you will love their products that they offer a 100% money-back guarantee for orders placed through their site. And you can receive 20% off plus free shipping on your order. I recommend trying their variety pack. That is a great way to try all of their delicious flavors. Go to drinkolollipop.com/sesh or use code SESH at checkout to claim this deal. That's DRINKOLIPOP.com/sesh. Olipop can also be found in over 8,000 stores across the country, including Walmart, Target, Kroger, Whole Foods, Sprouts, and Publix. All right, so my sweet for this week was last week I got to go to San Francisco and celebrate my birthday. And I love San Francisco. It's one of my favorite cities in the whole world. It's such a unique place with so much good food and good atmosphere. And one of my best friends lives there in the Bay Area. And so I was able to visit her and her boyfriend. And it was just overall a really fun time. I got to go see the old house that the Grateful Dead used to live at back in like 66 to 68 or something. I'd been there once before, but John had never seen it. So I took him to that. And then we walked around. That whole area is like called the Haight. And it's like super hippy dippy. That's where like the hippies were really thriving in the 60s and 70s. And so we got to walk around there and that was so fun. And I got Holly this freaking super cute onesie that has little dancing bears on it. I'm obsessed. I can't wait to give it to Kendall. And then what else? We went and got oysters at this place called Hog House. I think it's called Hog House Oysters. It's like right on the water in the Embarcadero. And oh, so good. I freaking love oysters. And it's my newfound love because I've only been eating raw oysters for like a year now and I really like them. They're very delicious. So I got oysters. What else? We went and saw Fisherman's Wharf, where all the sea lions are, the sea lions are so cute. And now I keep calling Maggie a sea. Look at Maggie. She's like halfway out of the bed. Miss Maggie. Miss Maggie. Honey. What are you doing, Poop? What else did we do? We ate good sushi. So many good foods there. Oh, this was really cool. We went to this thing that it's like VR basically, but you put on like your glasses, but then you also have like these things on your hands and like this backpack and all this gear. And then you go into a room and you're like basically walking around in this VR center and there's different lands you can play in. The one we did was like this super futuristic like Hong Kong setting where this like these like aliens were invading and stuff, and so we had to fight them off. That was really fun. I love VR. I want like my own VR machine. Have you guys ever played VR?
Yeah, a couple times. I like it. No, I do like it. It's fun.
This one was really cool because it's
a full body.
It was super interactive. Yeah, it was like full body.
There's this one game on VR that I forgot what it's called. It's called like Super Hot or something like that. It's like a movement game where you have to like escape certain scenarios, but like you can only move a certain like at certain times.
Yeah.
Yeah, VR is very it can be a little scary sometimes though.
Yeah, because that's the future of our world. Pretty soon we're never gonna leave VR, I feel like. But it was really fun. And then what else did we do? Yeah, just hung out with my friend and just it was nice to be able to go to San Francisco because I haven't been there in a while and it's one of my favorite places. I didn't do any wine tasting, which I'm sad about because I know Sid tells me that they have the best wine tastings, but I wasn't there for that many days and I felt like a lot of the wine tastings is like a full day thing and I was like not sure if I wanted to.
And it was like a little bit far. Like we have to like commit to driving.
Exactly. We didn't have a car.
Were you in like the city?
Yeah. Yeah, my friend like lives in the Oakland area and so I mean that's like right across from San Francisco, so you were like in the city. But yeah, it was really fun. Had a great time. Great birthday. I'm 28. Ew.
Do you feel older?
No. I hate when people say, you feel older? No. The fuck? Do you feel older when you turned, how old are you? 36?
Yeah. Yeah, I felt older. My body doesn't
work the same?
Feel the same, yeah.
My body hasn't worked the same in a long time. So.
Yeah. And it seems to be getting worse.
That's what that is. But yeah, it was a really good trip. My sour is... So my car is old. My car's a 2004 Acura. She's an old gal, but I love her dearly. And she needs to last me at least a handful more years because I'm not buying a car before I buy a house. And I want to buy a house in the next year. Anyways, long story short, I've had this stupid light on the dashboard that looks like a person with their airbag on them. And I looked it up and it says that one or all of your airbags are not working when that's on. So I was like, okay, I can't be driving around with no airbags working. And the thing that's annoying is this stupid light comes on and off. Like it'll be on, then it'll go off for a few days, then it'll come on, then it'll go off. So it's not like I can just bring it in and schedule an appointment to bring it in because it may not be on. So anyways, I finally take it in when it is on. And basically, long story short, is there's this stupid piece of the computer that's broken that's making the airbags not always work. And there was like, while they were diagnosing that, they diagnosed a bunch of other random things too. Nothing that's like super dire besides that. But bottom line is I have to like put in like a good chunk of cash to fix my damn car, which I'm annoyed at because it's almost more cash than it is the car is worth. But if you know cars right now, used cars are insanely expensive. And so I'm not about to go drop, you know, at least 10, probably closer to 15 or so thousand. And again, like I said, I've had to buy a car. I'm going to do it all in cash because I don't want to freaking get anything on my credit right now because I'm trying to buy a house. And if you have a car payment, it makes buying a house a little less easy, blah, blah, blah. So I'd have to drop a large chunk of change to buy a car like through Craigslist or something, or just buy it outright. But I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to put in money in my car, even though it's really not even worth that much, and just pray to the gods that it runs for another 2 years. So yeah, that's really great. Fuck cars.
I hate car problems. It's the worst.
Or yeah.
What? How much?
Yeah.
$1,500.
Oh,
I thought it was gonna be more, but so I mean, I guess I was kind of happy because my dad actually was nice enough to go take it to the place when I was out of town. So he called me up. He's like, "Well, bad news. It'll be 15." But I thought it was gonna be, because if it was something like 10, then I wouldn't, you know, or even $5,000, I wouldn't have put it in. But $1,500 is still a lot of money for an old ass car that, I mean, that'll fix that one issue where my airbags will work, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna, you know, that other things won't arise. So I'm just.
But they didn't say anything else was like wrong in the sense
there
of like.
Was other things that are, I don't even remember what they are. There's other things that are
like
wrong
the
with
transmission, all that's fine.
No, I mean, it's not going to break down anytime, you know, real soon. They weren't like it's on its last leg, but they were kind of like, how long are you trying to drive this? And I was like, like another 1.5 years, 2 years. So.
Do they seem like they believed in 2 years?
I don't know.
I think it's worth it. Just
They were like, I wouldn't, because the other thing is my anti-lock braking system, which kind of kicks in when you're like sliding on ice or something to make your brakes not lock up, isn't activated right now. And I'm not about to go pay to have that fixed. It's not like you have to have it. It just makes things easier when you're driving on the snow. Luckily, my car is really good in snow as it is. And I don't drive that much. I'm lucky that my commute isn't that far. And so, yeah, I just can't take it to the mountains skiing anymore because that's what I kept doing last year. But I don't think she's reliable enough to do that. So, but I love my car.
She's in my prayers.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. My first world problems over here. I hate cars. They're so annoying. I mean, I love cars. I'm actually like really into cars, especially like sports cars and stuff. But yeah, I hate owning a car that's old and needs help. But that's, you know, it is what it is. I'm just lucky to have a car, I guess. You could look at it that way. And she's good. She's just, her airbags don't work right now. That's not good. That's like something you can't be like, nah, I don't really need that. Like,
do you really need it though?
Yeah, I think I really do. Yeah, I think I do need it. Yeah. But whatever, it's fine. That's my sweet and sour this week. Okay. Speaking of sour, let's get into our topic for today, which is the Ace family and all of their drama that they have been involving themselves in recently. We have several different subtopics within the main topic of Ace family. Now, I don't even know when this was. Maybe
this was May last year.
It was May last year?
Yeah. It was like middle May last year.
When all of this broke loose?
When the first story?
When they announced the fight?
Yep. With Bryce Hall was last year. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, wow. I know it was like May 2021.
God, that's crazy.
I know, and we covered that. So I'm like, it's crazy that it's already been over a year now.
Wild.
That is weird. Okay, anyway, so yeah, the first thing we're talking about, I guess we did talk about last year, was the fact that the Ace family had a flash mob. And this was in Beverly Hills. And it was in lieu of the McBroom versus Bryce Hall fight. And basically what happened is, we won't go into a lot of detail. We've covered it before, but like a zillion people showed up and they didn't really have any, I don't think, enough planning for all these people to show up. So it was kind of dangerous.
Or permits.
And no permits. Yeah, no permits they had. And so Catherine and Austin were just basically walking the streets with like a bunch of people coming at them and stuff. And they also like did a bunch of damages to the like area that they were in Beverly Hills and stuff like that. So anyways, you can look at the video if you are not familiar with what's going on. But basically, the city of Beverly Hills sued Austin after they said that they held unsanctioned gathering of the Ace family fans for a YouTuber takeover parade. And the city was looking for $225,000 in damages. So they took Austin to court, and they actually didn't go to court till this month. See, shit takes forever to go through the court system, man. But anyways, he lost his lawsuit and owes a little over $25,000 to the city, which is not that much, honestly.
Compared to what they were searching for?
Yeah, compared to what they were trying to look for, he got off pretty easy. And of course, he did what he does best and did not appear in court and ignored the lawsuit. Now, maybe he paid them off behind closed doors. I don't really know. But
I was like, does he have a warrant out?
No, I don't think so. I'm sure he paid them, but
yeah, I think they just didn't want to like appear at the courts and stuff, but I'm sure they did what they had to do to not be in jail.
To not be in jail. So anyways, that was a little update on that. But one of the bigger topics for today is the fact that, so we also have definitely talked about this more recently. I want to say like a week or two ago. We were talking about how Austin and Gibb were supposed to fight. Now, this was supposed to take place on July 30th in LA, but it was being postponed, and no one really knew why it was being postponed. And so once it was postponed, Austin had been kind of taunting and talking shit about Gibb to hype up the fight and try and like, you know, get more people to talk about it and whatever. And so he went on Instagram and posted a video talking about the fight and placed the blame on Gibb as to why, you know, the fight's postponed. He said it was all Gibb's fault, and Gibb's the one that decided to, you know, not take part in the fight, and it had nothing to do with him or Social Gloves, which is Austin's company, which low-key don't understand how they're still a company, but whatever. Okay, let's watch the clip.
Woke up to some unfortunate news this morning from my team. I don't know how to feel right now. I'm sad, frustrated, pissed off. All I could really say is that it has nothing to do with me or Social Gloves.
I love that so much.
But the fight, Austin versus Gibb, may potentially have to be postponed.
Oh, no.
Out of respect for Gibb, I'm going to let him explain his situation. He has no choice other than to make a video and explain to you guys why the fight may have to be postponed. If he doesn't do that, then I'll have no choice other than to tell you guys what happened. As of right now, the team wants me to continue on with the event. They want me to pick a new opponent. But again, out of respect for Gibb, out of respect for us training our asses off for the past few months, out of respect for the fans wanting to see this fight happen, I'm willing to postpone it if he can explain why. That's all I can really say right now. I'm pissed off.
Oh, no.
He's pissed off.
He says he's angry. So, yeah, as we know, the Ace family revolves all of their ventures around money, and this fight was no exception. Floor tickets were selling at over $1,500 a piece for a YouTuber fight. Do you know what good concert seat tickets you could get for that shit? You could get straight up like
VIP, like backstage, like yeah.
You could go to a Super Bowl with that. Now, granted, it would be probably really shitty seats, but still, you could probably get your way into a Super Bowl. Maybe I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure you could get your way into. You could definitely get your way into an NFL game that's like really good seats, like fucking really really good seats for $1,500. So it's not cheap. And then a little side note here. This is actually from Spill Sesh. In her video, she went into the terms and conditions of access and looked at their, I guess, like if they would give refunds or not. And it says refunds will generally be issued if an event is canceled and not rescheduled. However, this is determined by our clients and not by access. So basically saying that, you know, they don't know if they're going to give people their money back or not because it really has nothing to do with access. So we'll have to wait and see if they issue refunds. Austin said that he was sad and pissed off and, you know, very heartbroken that he couldn't have his fight. But then the next day, he's out taking shots with his besties. This is so funny. Dude, this guy can't take shots.
He's a little fucking baby back bitch.
Baby back bitch for this shot. What the hell is that? Take the damn shot, sir. It's not like, come on, that was pathetic.
He's pathetic.
I just have like, I mean, I guess you can't really make fun of people for not taking a shot, but
no, I can make fun of Austin McBroom.
Yeah, exactly. Screw him. Have you guys ever tried a crazy DIY to try and get your hair silky smooth? I remember one time I put eggs in my hair thinking that it would help make it smooth, and it actually did the exact opposite. So I am officially done with DIYs for my hair, and that is why I use Vegamore. Vegamore is in the process of transforming my hair. Their clean and vegan approach to hair health uses smart botanicals that promote visibly thicker, fuller, longer-looking hair. With the help of Vegamore, get healthy, beautiful-looking hair without the use of harmful chemicals. All their products are cruelty-free and never contain potentially harmful chemicals like parabens or hormones. And Vegamore has something for everyone looking to improve their hair. The Grow Revitalizing Shampoo and Conditioner Kit works together to create visibly thicker hair and improve hair from the roots. Just massage the shampoo into your scalp for 60 seconds and then follow up with the conditioner on lengths and ends. It's as simple as that. I have loved everything that I've received so far from Vegamore, including their Grow Revitalizing Shampoo and Conditioner Kit. And one of my other favorite products that I've been using is their dry shampoo. This is by far the best dry shampoo I have ever used. Typically, dry shampoos don't really work on me. It actually makes my hair feel more dirty, but this dry shampoo, not only does it work really, really well, but it also smells incredible. And with Vegamore, there's no risk when trying because they have a 90-day money-back guarantee. But with 91% of customers saying they saw visibly thicker hair with Vegamore in just 3 months, you won't want to run out. Give your hair exactly what it's been craving with Vegamore. Go to vegamore.com/sesh and use code SESH to save 20% on your first order. That's vegamor.com/sesh, code SESH to save 20% at vegamore.com/sesh. Whether it's a warm cup of coffee, basking in the warm sunlight, petting your cute dogs, or listening to a sexy story, pleasure is all around us. And with Dipsea, your sanctuary is waiting. Escape into a world where pleasure is your only priority with Dipsea. Dipsea is an app full of hundreds of short, sexy audio stories designed by women for women. They bring scenarios to life with immersive soundscapes and characters, no matter who you're into or what turns you on. Find stories about that intriguing coworker with a British accent, which I'm sure their accent will be much better than mine, or hooking up with a hot yoga instructor. They even have stories designed specifically for your zodiac sign, which is so cool and unique. And new content is released every single week. So in between listening to your favorite stories again and again, you can always find something new to explore. I love the app. It's super user-friendly. It's very, very shame-free and really empowering. And I highly suggest it if you are looking to spice up your life with a partner or maybe just by yourself. Dipsea also has sleep stories, wellness sessions, and now they also offer written stories. So explore your fantasies with Dipsea. For listeners of the show, Dipsea is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipseastories.com/sesh. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to dipseastories.com/sesh. dipseastories.com/sesh. So anyways, after the fight is postponed, Social Gloves is looking for a new opponent. Just like Austin said, he has to find a new opponent. And so they're going around DMing random influencers to fill Gibbs' spot. And they're talking about how the budget is so low that they may not be able to pay them that much. So one of them, Nick Ireland, posts a Instagram DM, and Social Glove says, "How much you weigh? Our budget is maxed out, but Ryan J wants to get in with you." So
get it in
funny.
with you.
Get it in. And yeah, Nick Ireland's this dude who has like I think 4 million subscribers on YouTube. And he does pranks and stuff like that. So he said, "Hey," this other DM says, "Hey Nick, are you interested in fighting on our July 30th card at the Crypto Arena?" Nick told them to make him an offer, and they came back with, "Talked with the team and the budget is really tight. The card is already set, but if money isn't your motivation, then we might be able to work something out. Not saying you would fight for free, but the budget is low. What's the lowest you would get in the ring for?" Oh no. And then some people think that this is the reason they postponed the fight is because of the low ticket sales, especially because McBroom just had their Ace Fest. So maybe they're like not making enough money in order to pay these people. I don't know. Anyways, at the end of the day, it actually ended up working out, and now it's postponed to September 10th. So Gibb is still going to fight.
Yeah, so like I feel like all this drama was literally just...
Did they do this all on purpose?
I Allegedly, it's my suspicion.
It's my suspicion. I think so too.
Did say why he had to postpone it?
Yeah, there was he was waiting for some kind of medical. I don't think he's from the U.S. I think he was waiting on some medical exams to
His last name's Ireland. Maybe he's from Ireland. Just kidding. I have no fucking idea. But yeah, I heard that it was something to do with medical reasons that he had to wait to get cleared.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, okay, then why wouldn't you just postpone in the first place? They have to go around and send all these DMs and post all these videos, the drama. So I feel like they did this on purpose in order to hype up the
fight.
The fight, yeah, and get people talking about it more.
Well, also, I mean, think about it. Since the fight and the fest happened so close together, realistically, it's so much money. How does he expect his fans, McBroom, how does he expect his fans to also to drop $500 on the fest and then another $1,500 on the fight? That's just not realistic. You're asking way too much of your fucking fans.
Not if you're a true Ace family member, okay? Have some respect for the Ace family.
I apologize.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a lot of money, but these people, I mean, I don't know. Their fans are crazy. They'll do anything.
Yeah.
So this is where our main topic kind of takes off. We're going to be talking about this dude named Landon. Now, Landon is Austin's younger brother, who is obviously not as famous as Austin, but he still had his own channel or has his own channel, and is trying to make kind of a name for himself online. And he has a kid with this chick named Shyla Walker. And I guess they've been together for a while, but like Karelly said, they're not married. Now, in the past, they had a family channel that, they were kind of mimicking the Ace family channel off of, I feel like, trying to become those family vloggers. And he wants to be like his brother. I guess he's even said in the past that he wants to be just like his brother. So anyways, fast forward. These two, Landon and Shyla, they're separated now. And she is pissed as fuck and is now speaking out about the truth of what happened between them and about their whole family and whatever. So about 10 months ago, she posted a video titled The Truth and opened up about her relationship with Landon and the McBroom family, which this is a long video. I'll link it below. You guys can go and watch it if you want. I'm not going to sit through and talk about it all, but basically what she was saying, and I'm going to give a trigger warning now. We're going to be talking about abuse, verbally, physically, and emotionally. So if you don't want to hear that, I would say maybe exit out. I mean, it's nothing too graphic, but just wanted to put that out there. Anyway, so in her video, she says that Landon, was extremely abusive towards her and, toxic their entire relationship. She didn't want to be a single mom and, break their family apart for the sake of her kid. She wanted to stay together with Landon and make sure, that her kid could at least try to have her parents be together, which, side note, I think a lot of people sadly think that staying together for the sake of your kid is the best option. But I think a lot of times, separating is the best option because especially if there's abuse involved. But, it's not my life to live. I'm not telling her what to do. That was just my 2 cents. So anyways, she puts out that video, like I said, way earlier this year. Or actually, I think it was last year. Yeah, it was last year. But fast forward to last week, she goes on her Instagram stories and she basically tells everyone what's been going on behind closed doors. So basically, she goes on and it sounds like she had this plan to bring her kid to Disneyland and that it was going to be her first time going to Disneyland and that she was really excited. And so she says, point of view. You introduce your daughter to Disney. She wears Disney princess dresses every single day, and you read princess books every single day. You plan to take her to Disney VIP tours for her birthday this year, which you plan to include her dad, and then in parentheses, she says deadbeat, in the plans. But he is a narcissist and will do anything to hurt you, even if it means robbing you of experiences with your child. And she says, and he took her to Disneyland without me today just to spite me. And she's like, I've been trying to keep the peace, but it's so hard. And she says, ladies, listen to me. Number 1, do not choose the ugly guy because you think he will treat you better. He won't. And 9 out of 10, he's probably just more insecure, so will treat you even worse. Number 2, if you're going to choose a piece of shit to be your baby dad, at least make sure he has money. Number 3, if he has disappointed you or treated you like shit at any point, 100% he will treat your baby like that. Choose wisely. So then she drops these screenshots here, and I'll read them. This is between Landon and her. And she says, obviously, I'm calling you for my child. Hello. And then Landon says Celine, which I think is the kid's name. Celine. Oh, that's a really pretty name. Anyways, she's sleeping in the car. We're on our way back from Disneyland. Also, I would like for us to communicate through this app from now on until further notice. I feel more comfortable and think it's best that way. Thank you. Good night. She says, you took her to Disneyland? You don't think that's something that her mother should be a part of? I should have known you would do some nasty, mean, spiteful shit like that. You are literally disgusting and a broke down, deadbeat piece of shit. I wish I could match your energy, but I would never, ever, ever in my life do that to our daughter because I care more about her best interest than hurting you. I wish I could say the same for you. Shit. And then over the screenshots, she says, and before anyone go posting, I said what I said, you old potato. No jawline, XXXXXL teeth, looking ass. And then she says, billing me for his phone bill because he literally can't afford a pot to piss in because he's lazy and this is the first time he's had to earn money on his own. You old potato. I love that. I'm going to start calling people old potatoes. Okay, so moving on. Now she's posting, this is the same Instagram story, different slide. She says, this is out of character for me these days, but I don't give a shit. The only thing I care about is my baby girl. And the only thing he cares about is money. And he has none. And what people think about him, in social media. May God and the universe work together to continue to deliver the proper karma to him and his. Amen. So I guess she's not actually normally active like this online. But in her eyes, this is a very serious problem. And, she booked this special trip to Disneyland. It was going to be including Landon, even though I guess the two of them don't get along. But she wanted that, for her daughter to be able to have that experience of the both of them together and whatnot. But he went ahead and took her without her. So very rude.
That's really fucked up though. Cause you're taking that from your daughter as well. You're not you're doing it in spite of your girlfriend, but
which
also
just
it's
blows
affecting
my
your
mind
daughter.
that I guess I can't put myself in their shoes too much because I've never been married. Therefore I've never been divorced. I don't have kids, but it's really sad what lengths people will go to spite their ex-partners, even when it involves their kids. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's which I know people in my personal life who have experienced horrendous divorces. Luckily, my parents, I was lucky enough that my parents were very civil and they're still, really civil to this day. But I know people who went through divorces where their parents were just so brutal to each other and brought the kids into it. Which I'll talk more about that later, but let's keep going here. So basically, as you can tell, Shyla is, she's accusing them of doing a lot of stuff, not just the whole Disneyland thing, but in her video, she talks a lot about the abuse that she's endured by Landon and how he's a terrible person and, all this kind of stuff. And so this is when Catherine McBroom kind of gets involved. So Shyla posted a screenshot of her messages with Austin to her story in a response to Austin posting a video with her daughter in the background. So I guess if you listen to what Catherine says, which we'll listen to in a sec, there was a video of Austin and one of his kids and then Shyla, which they're cousins, obviously. And she was in the background and I guess, or not Shyla, sorry, Celine was in the background and Shyla was really upset about this because she wants her kid to stay off social media and she wants her daughter to have privacy, and she says that she regrets starting a family channel and being any part of this whole family vlogging world or whatever, and prefers to keep her kid off of social media in general. But I guess Landon doesn't agree with her and sometimes will post pictures of their daughter regardless. But his parents do not respect Shyla whatsoever and continuously post pictures of their kid, especially Landon's mom. So here is a screenshot between Shyla and Austin. Trigger warning, this has to do with sexual assault. She says, stop posting my kid. Post your 3 content makers and leave mine out of it, Dookie boy. Remember, this is Austin and Shyla. So Austin has a bunch of kids and he loves posting the kids. So just in case you're confused here. Do you really need another lawsuit? You really are a dumb motherfucker. Think about that. I don't even care to blackmail you or anything like that. I won't post any of the content of you at your little whorehouse you begged me for the footage for. Leave my kid out of it, weird asshole. So, Dookie boy, that's so funny. I love that so much. She says, stop playing with... Now, this is overlay, not actually to Austin, but in the captions of her Instagram picture, she says, stop playing with mine. I be so cool. You had 3 for money. Leave mine innocent. You want to post my private thing time and time again. He says, yes, he be cheating. Yes, her dumbass knows. Yes, they're broke. Yes, they had number 3, their kid, via IVF to make sure it was a boy. Oh, and how you tried to have security unalive and R-word Cole, what's his name, when that video came out. We'll get to that in a second. And yes, him and his dad do it together. Yes, his mama know too and support it. So she's like basically accusing them of cheating, of being broke, of using IVF to have their 3rd kid, to make sure that it was a certain sex, which I personally don't really see a problem with. I mean, I think you should be able to do that, but whatever. But the biggest one is when a few years back, this influencer named Cole Kerrigan. Now, I don't know if he's still online as much, but for a while he had a pretty like big following. But anyways, he actually accused Austin of taking advantage of one of his close friends and essaying them. And I guess this woman was allegedly forced to sign an NDA, and one of his security guards and his father, Austin's father, Alan McBroom, were also in the room during this. I guess Cole posted some graphic pictures from the alleged assault. And then I guess allegedly, this is all alleged, Austin put a hit on Cole. So I don't know if this is all true. This is kind of what he's saying. It's kind of like he said, she said. However, I will say I believe victims, and I feel like this could...
Did the victim say something? Like,
definitely happen.
The victim couldn't because she
signed an NDA.
Yeah.
So yeah, she had to sign an...
I guess so.
They supposedly like they forced her to sign it.
Yeah, there's no way to like really prove if that
it didn't like go into like court or anything like that.
No, I think it was kind of like kept under wraps.
My guess is he like paid her off or something.
Yeah.
I don't really know. But anyways, so we're not going to be discussing much more about that, but that's kind of the backstory of that whole Cole thing and why she said that. So Shyla has been very open about being scared that Landon and his mother will take her daughter, and has accused them of being shady and manipulative since Shyla caught his mom going through bank statements. So there's a like handful of videos that we're going to watch here because these actually explain it better than I would be able to. So let's watch the first one.
I feel like this video clip can be a little triggering. So just forewarning.
Yeah, good point.
Why are you trying to manipulate me on the messages? I literally have to record this because I don't believe you. I saw your mom going through my bank information.
I'm trying to leave. Like, you can call me crazy. You can call me... I'm sure I'm up right now, dude. I just went through the worst thing in my life. Like, I cannot trust you. I want to be able to trust you with our daughter. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm scared you're going to take her and, like, try to keep her there and try to say, like, I'm crazy. Like, I'm terrified of that. Like, I don't want you to take my daughter. Like, she is literally all I have. Like,
right now, yeah, Mama, we're sitting parked right now in the car because I'm fearful to go home. I believe they're trying to kidnap my daughter. Proof of them gaslighting, trying to tell the whole world I'm crazy and trying to convince other people. They've stolen. Landon and his mom have stolen. And like, I'm literally out here in my house shoes. Like, I just left with her. Like, I'm terrified they're gonna take my baby, and I'm not crazy.
Obviously, it's really sad, but I want to point something out. In this clip, now this clip has been cropped to take the kid out of it so that her face isn't shown. However, this original clip comes from Instagram, and while I can't find the original clip, I have a strong feeling that it was not originally cropped to have the kid not showing it. So it's interesting to me that Charlotte's trying to make this whole point of like, don't show my kid online. Like, I want her to be private, you know, whatever. But then is filming herself having a full meltdown in the car, which is one, just triggering as a kid for your to see your mom, like, you know, scared and crying like that and being worried that they're going to take your kid and stuff. Like, that's very scary. But then also to be filming her when you literally have made a point that you don't want her on film. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the full like circumstance to that because, again, I can't find the actual original video of it because it was on Instagram. I think it was on stories and like went away. And now all of the re-uploads are just like of her face clipped out. But I'm pretty positive that she did not film that, edit her face out, and then like put it on Instagram stories. It just doesn't seem like it would happen.
And something that's a little important is that their daughter is about 3 years old now. So, I mean, she's going to start remembering things.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, still, you shouldn't, you know, you shouldn't post that such a vulnerable moment for you and your daughter.
And old enough to remember you with your mom, you know, while your mom's like having a full meltdown and freaking out and saying words like "take her from me" or you know stuff like that. So, anyways, that kind of ties into the whole family vlogging thing that I want to touch on later. But let's keep going for now. So, around the same time that Shyla puts out her video that was titled "The Truth," which again will be linked below, Landon goes ahead and does the same thing. Now, one of the clips he uses is he claims of Shyla acting crazy and unreasonable when both of them and their moms were sitting at the table discussing their breakups and like kind of trying to figure out who was getting custody of what or, you know, ownership of what. And so let's go ahead and play that now.
To change your don't. Crazy. You literally are psychotic. Don't. I'm done.
Shyla, don't.
I'm done.
Sit down. You need to get this done. Sit down.
I'm calling my attorney.
That Shyla's
Shyla, sit down. Sit down.
No.
Fucking
You're a piece of shit.
Shyla, keep your fucking emotions in check. So, okay, so I'm getting ahead. All right, okay.
Finish this conversation.
No. I don't want you to sit next to me.
I don't care what you want. I'm a grown woman. This is my house.
Get out.
No.
Get out if you're going to be rude.
I'm sitting here. You don't get to determine
Okay,
where
but
I
you
sit.
don't be rude.
No. I don't want you to say. Then you move.
Shyla, she's not doing anything at this point. She's only giving facts. Shyla, you need to calm down.
Okay, then tell her to shut the fuck up.
No, I'm not going to.
This is crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people have thought that this was kind of set up in the sense that Landon put that camera there on purpose. It's clear it's not like some security camera, just by the way that the angle is. I mean, I wouldn't think so, at least. So it seems like he went ahead, took the camera, set it up there, and then purposely filmed it, knowing that he was going to post it because he's acting very calm. He's not saying anything. And then he's like catching this moment where she's freaking out. So it kind of just seems, the whole thing seems a little planned. I don't want to say like staged necessarily, but like.
Even the mom, like his mom seemed to like not like the fact that she didn't even get too riled
they're
up.
both quiet.
Like,
And like, I don't know, like I've seen videos of her mom and obviously we don't know the mom or anything, but like her mom his mom doesn't seem like the quiet type. Like she's very outspoken and very like.
That's what I've heard too. And it's just like.
Oh, did you also notice that when he was moving the blanket, it sounded like there was a mic on him?
Yeah.
She's only giving facts. Shyla, you need to calm down.
Okay, then
I don't know. It's alleged, but I just felt like it was really weird.
Yeah.
So anyways, moving forward here, Shyla has said that she thinks the safest thing to do for her is to post about it online since her family will twist and turn her words against her. I don't know if your safest option is to ever post anything online, but, you know, do what you got to do. So then she posts this screenshot that someone sent this text message to Shyla's mother a few days ago. It was actually on 8/22. And it says, "Let's do the thing where we stop talking about this family and shit that doesn't concern you. I'm not going to tell you again. You don't want us to have to post all the footage we have. Psycho. Remember, Joseph has it all." And she says, "I think you sent this to the wrong person, but good to know you are threatening my family. I will make sure to save this and proceed accordingly." This person says, "Threatening? No way. Mimicking your daughter's actions. Every time she posts, we will. Keep your daughter off the internet." And like she said, she says that she thinks it's the safest option to post this on the internet because it's scary how far people will go to take measures to keep her silent which I'm like, I don't know if that's ever the safest option. Like, you need to get a lawyer.
Yeah, literally. Where are their lawyers? Yeah.
She probably has, but I'm just like, dude, I don't know if that's the safest option. Okay, so this is where it gets real spicy here, people. Sorry that took us, we had to like explain all of this in order for like this main piece to make sense. So after she posts this screenshot, within 15 minutes, Catherine, who is Austin's wife, hops on Instagram and goes off on her for like a good 15 minutes. And basically tries to debunk all this stuff and say it's not true. So let's go ahead and watch it.
So I want to get on here and talk to you guys about Shyla and what she's been saying, and the lies that she's been spreading. And I find that like in life, there's like a way of handling things, and then there's a way that you go about things, and you get the consequences. And I feel like Shyla just going on the internet and just being super immature and saying things that aren't true and not coming to me personally. If you have a problem with me, you gotta come to me personally. Like that's like my go-to. Like when I got a problem with someone, I call them up. That's kind of like my personality. That's kind of my vibe. That's how I do things. And I've called you, Shyla, before when I had a problem with you 2 years ago, when you made a video about my skincare line. I called you that night, and I texted you. I was thinking about it.
Okay, 34 seconds and I have things to say. First off, her skincare line, I think she's being sued by it, and she's like no longer a part of her skincare brand anymore.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's great. Also, I just think it's so damn hypocritical that you're gonna go online and be like, oh, I usually deal with things in private and usually call people out. Like I did you 2 years ago. Okay, well, it's been 2 years since you called her out, so maybe you should try handling this in private again behind closed doors.
Like, what did she do that she got upset about? Did she
something about the skincare line and how some shit about the skincare line basically.
Oh, okay.
That Shayla like shaded or something.
Yeah, shaded her skincare line. I don't know.
And I'm not impulsive like she is. I really just like sit with my thoughts and really think about things and analyze it, and that's just kind of the personality that I am. So when she,
girl, what do you mean you're not impulsive? This chick posted this fucking stupid screenshot and you hopped on Instagram and fucking went off for 15 minutes. Or, well, was it 15? Yeah, 15 minutes.
It was like a 15-minute video. This is like sped up to like get everything.
To get everything in there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'm like, dude, also, if you're not impulsive, then maybe you should sit down and like collect your thoughts before you just go online and spew things and then just hit post. I don't know. Just my opinion.
Didn't she tag her too, and like at Shyla?
Yeah, she tagged her, but I think she's blocked, so she's not like really tagged. But yeah,
God. Okay, keep going.
He had said all these like negative, dark lies about my family. I was thinking about it and I was like, wow, like I actually pray for this person. Like I do silent prayers all the time and I send her good vibes. So to get straight to the point, the other night Austin went to the gym like he always does. He's in camp right now, so he's training for a fight and he had a sparring. So he invited the whole family. His dad was there, our son was there, his friends. I couldn't make it because I had something going on, so I stayed home with the girls. And if you could physically see me right now, if you're watching this video, you know that what I do for a living is content. So I've been on YouTube for a very long time and I make content and we film for a living, and we've shared glimpses of our lives. We don't share as much anymore just because of that's kind of where we're at. To be honest with you, if I didn't have this many eyes on me, I probably would be sharing a lot more. But yeah, that's just kind of where we're at. And so he was at the gym, he was making content like he always does, and he made this very innocent video of him kind of going towards our son and Shiloh's daughter, Celine, who's his niece, Austin's niece. And she's kind of in the background, you couldn't really see her. She's kind of like to the side, and then he kind of focuses on our son, and very cute, like innocent video. So Shyla, respectfully, being the hawk that she is, watching every single one of our stories and our videos and trying to find an opportunity to speak on our name and continuously disrespect us and slander us and say these really hurtful and untruthful things, she goes on the internet and starts to claim that my husband tried to kill somebody and that I had IVF treatment for my third pregnancy, which are all very untrue things. There's a couple more things that are just untrue. I don't even remember what she said. So she...
So... I love how she says there's a couple more things, but I don't remember what she said. Like, what the hell?
You know the most important fucking
things. The most important part?
That your husband and your father-in-law.
Yeah.
Potentially were wrapped into abuse and had someone pay an NDA. Like, why don't you say, oh, and that's not true either? I don't know. It's so weird that she chose to leave that out. I'm like, don't even act like you forgot about that. Okay, keep going.
She claims that her daughter is being used for clout. All right, so let's discuss this. Shyla, I don't know if you know what clout is, okay? So there's a difference between clout and then family, right? So you got a family that's, they're well known, they have a lot of eyes on them, and we started YouTube. We didn't know we were going to be as successful as we are. We did it with pure intentions. Everything happened so naturally and so pure and so real. I love my job. I love what I do. And you, Shyla, you jumped on the bandwagon. And that's what you started to do. And you did it for many years. And all of a sudden, when your relationship ended, when Landon broke up with you, you decided that because it wasn't in your favor anymore, that you were going to decide that, your daughter is clout now, which doesn't make any sense. family is family, and I'm sorry if like that's how you see it through your goggles, like that it's being clout, but it's just, it is what it is. Like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If Selena's never a part of our family, if she's not at our parties and hanging out with her cousins and going to the beach with us and having a good time and growing up with us and learning and growing, then you would say 5 years from now that, oh, they never loved her, they never care, nobody cares. And the truth is that we all love our family. Every single person in our family, we love them very much. And that's one of the reasons why we're so successful, is because we put family first. And that's been the kind of people that we've been and transmitted for a long time. And so
she's like, we put family first. No, you don't. You exploit the fuck out of your kids. What are you talking about?
They literally use their children, their family for clout.
Every single day. They're in thumbnails, they're in titles. Like, it's constant with them. If you didn't have your kids, you would have no content to post, or at least a fraction of what you have to post. So it's just very interesting to me that now she's coming on here acting all high and mighty when she well knows that their family is involved with so much drama, so much exploitive content that just use their kids for clickbait and, you know, getting views and whatever it is. You know that the Ace family would not be a thing if it weren't for your kids and using them in order to get these views every single day.
For you to use that word, it's very hurtful, because it's the very opposite of clout. If anything, you're creating attention for clout. So then you proceed and you say some lies, and you say that I had IVF treatment for my third child to have a boy, and that's 1000% not true. I don't know if you believe in God, if you pray to God, but God, right? Like, that's the reason why I have my children. I was able to conceive 3 children. I wanted them back to back. Where that came from, I don't get the purpose of it. I can't grasp it. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't know. But what I will say is I find it very disrespectful to women all around the world who literally cannot conceive a child on their own, and they have to do treatments like IVF. And I find that IVF is like, what a blessing to be able to have such a thing. And although I didn't go that route, it's just very odd to me that you would say something like that, like as if like, what are you trying to offend me? Like, that's like a bad thing. I don't get what the purpose of that was. And yeah, just like another one of your lies. And then you proceed and you say that Austin, my husband, has tried to kill somebody. And that really pissed me off, because that is so far from what Austin is and how he would ever speak and react. And you literally have no idea who my husband is. You've never known us like that. And for you to just like say something so dark and evil is really scary. I just find that was completely out of line. And this is mainly the reason why I'm making this video, is because you need to be stopped, and you really do need to heal. You need to stop pretending that you're healed, and you really have to look inwards. And I can help you, literally, like, I do not mind to help you through this, but this has got to stop. I'm gonna bring this one up, but you said you claim that our family is broke. So that's like one of like the famous like narratives that the internet loves to talk about. And to be honest with you, I know that like your supporters, like the people that are supporting you, genuinely only have one thing in common with you, and that's your lies. Oh, actually 2. Your lies, and then that you don't like us. Literally, those are the only things that your supporters have in common with you, and that's the truth. I get that money is your number one motivator. It's all you talk about. It's all you think about. It's literally like it was all that your relationship was about. I get it that, you know, towards the end, that's all you cared about. And I'm not even going to go into details because
5 fucking seconds.
Yeah,
like whether it's a product, whether it's an event, whether it's a fest, like what are you talking about?
Yeah, this is like the most ironic thing ever that they're saying.
It's so ironic.
Like, this is none of my business, but the truth is that if you don't understand what money truly is, you will never make money, because money is an energy exchange and it comes in like waves. Okay, and that's what we are. We are energy. So it's what you do with the money. It's how you get it. It's how you react. It's how you learn from it. And it's so far away from you. Like, the narrative is so far away from who we are, and it's because we've given back so much, and we do so much for people, and we help people all the time. I help my family all the time, and so I don't know. It's just like the thing about money is just weird. Like, why are you even talking about that? Like, why do you care about someone else's financial situation? Like, who cares? Literally, like, I just found out yesterday that I have a collapsed disc, and like so symbolic to like me and who I am to our family. But God didn't give me a voice to be complacent. And the truth is that, Shyla, you know that you've been carrying this lie about Landon being abusive, and you know that that's not true. And you got to let that go. You have an amazing father to your daughter, and you need to start like accepting that this is your reality and that you created it, because this is all done by you, and accept that, you know, things didn't go how you wanted, and that's it. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, you were so happy when Landon got cancer. You were the happiest you'd ever been. Everyone said it. There's so many witnesses.
Oh yeah, pause and that's in case you don't know what she's talking about. Landon, that dude, got diagnosed with some type of cancer. I don't know what it is.
Some type of leukemia cancer.
But she said it was like fully treatable, and
yeah, it was like
he's cured.
Supposedly, it was like in the video, Shyla said that after one chemotherapy session, that it was like 90% gone. Oh, okay. It was never like fatal.
Yeah,
it was just. I mean, cancer is still scary no matter how fatal it is or not.
For sure.
But yeah, it wasn't like anything like fatal.
Got it. Okay.
The reason why he didn't want to be with you, and because it messed with your money and what you were doing, you got really upset, and that's why you created this false narrative. And one thing about me is that I'm a girl's girl. So I support women, I advocate for women, I help women on a daily basis. Like, I'm all about women empowerment, and that's my vibe. That's who I am, right? But
like, does she ever show her friends? I'm like,
I also know
that
there can be a lot of darkness to women, and some women take advantage of very innocent men, and they use their power to get what they want. And I think that it's very unfair what you've been doing to Landon, and you need to stop. I'm not saying Landon's like a saint, like he's the most perfect person in the world, and he has got nothing to work on. We all have something to work on. Even I do. Everybody does. There's no perfect human. Perfection doesn't even exist. But the truth is that you've really taken this out of line, and it needs to stop. Sorry, but your character has been shown for many years, and it's very obvious what kind of person you are. And for you to make a video and claim that you were abused, and for the whole character to go out the window, to be dismissed because you claim that you were being abused. Meanwhile, everybody knows that it's not true. You could see it, right? You're literally taking advantage of very vulnerable women who've literally been abused. You're diminishing a woman's abuse. Like, you don't know what it's like to be in a kitchen, like just doing dishes, and your husband walks in and slaps you across the face with a pan for no reason. Like, you don't know how it feels to go through that. And for you to say that you were abused is so wrong, and it's not okay. Also, you talk about my children, you talk about my family, you talk about my mother-in-law, like my mother-in-law, who's the most selfless, most kind, most helpful. She's also like super girl's girl, like she tried to help you. Nicole is the type of person that if, God forbid, anything ever happened between Austin and I, and our family broke up, and life happens, right? I'm a realist, life happens. She would be the first person to be there for me. And the fact that you had the audacity to say such hurtful lies about Nicole really hurts, because it's like you never got the opportunity to really know who she is because of your darkness.
Anyways.
Yeah. No, yeah. That was...
She's like, in her video, I feel like she constantly is trying to make it seem like it's not that big, or like she's not trying to make a big deal of it or whatnot. But then like she films that long of a video.
Right.
I'm like,
that's what
the heck?
Like, she acts like she's so unbothered, and then she goes on here and rants for 15 minutes.
It was longer than that, actually. I cut out quite a bit of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's sped up. So I took out like at least like 3 minutes of it.
That's wild, man. I don't know.
How do you just keep going and going and going? Like, I'm just like, that's so...
And you think that that's going to be like, you're going to have the last word? Because you know that this is going to keep going. Oh. When did she post that? Like 2 days ago or something?
Yeah, like I think it was...
Like the 20th or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was the 22nd or soon after.
Okay, so literally a day ago from when we're filming this.
And that Shyla girl hasn't said a response. And I know she's blocked, but she probably saw it.
Not as of today yet. I haven't seen any response from her.
What if maybe she won't. I mean, she had to have seen that.
I don't know. Let's see if there is anything else. Yeah, I don't see anything. Who knows? But the real thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that, like Karelly had brought up, this is going to be extremely traumatizing and detrimental to their kids when they are a little bit older and can understand really what the hell is going on. But as I'm saying that, like I think they're old enough now, like it's definitely impacting them. I'm talking more so of when they're, 8, 9, 10, like preteens going into middle school. People know about your family all over the internet. And when you're old enough to really understand what's happening, not only do you have to deal with your own feelings, but then you have to deal with people on the internet coming up to you, bullying you, talking about all of your drama that really you had nothing to do with, you had no part of. I mean, like if you think in your own life, we have all experienced some type of family drama of some sort, and a lot of it can be traumatizing. So take your mental note of what you've been through and imagine making it public for literally millions of people to watch online and to pick apart and to, hold on to forever, because once it's on the internet, like it's on the internet for life. So it's just so sad how like these people can't just handle this behind closed doors and not publicize it for the world to see. Not just for their sake, but for their kids' sake. And what's really sad is the thing with YouTube right now is, putting your kids on, putting content out there that has your kids in it and involving them in drama. YouTube doesn't really have laws about that right now. And it's just really sad that they really don't have any say in this. They didn't choose to be included in this privately or publicly. Like I said, it's one thing to include your kid privately. I know a lot of people who have been through divorces and stuff where they felt like they were dragged in by their parents, and kind of manipulated into believing one thing or the other, or feeling like they're responsible for fixing their parents, or feel like they're responsible to take a side. And it's a whole other thing to do that while you're also being publicized. I think it's just so...
I can't even imagine that. Like, unfortunately, it's actually not unfortunate. It's good for them. My parents went through a divorce. I can't even imagine that, everything we went through. It's emotional. Things are tough. But then for it to be exposed and like put on the internet
for anyone to see,
I would be like, that would be traumatizing. I can't even imagine.
Absolutely.
I just, ridiculous.
It's so sad. And, there's the like mental and emotional trauma, but then also like financial,
Right.
Their kids are the reason that are a big portion of why they're making so much money online. And, who knows if those kids have trust funds set up, or if their parents are potentially just blowing through their money that I think they're entitled to in a lot of ways.
Well, like you said, there's no laws protecting children online, social media, YouTube. There are laws to protect like kids in the entertainment business,
right?
Like, TVs and stuff. It's
kind of a hard though in my mind. Like I see how it can be hard because there's not many because if someone's posting a video on their Instagram and their kids in it,
right? Where do you draw the line?
Right, like how do you like really separate certain things? Like how much money you're bringing in? How can you say your kid is bringing in this much money and you're bringing in I just think like I could see how that's hard, but it's way overly done.
I'm not sitting over here thinking that you shouldn't be able to post your kid online or have like a family channel or vlog with your kids or whatever. In fact, I watch people who post videos of their kids, family vlog channels and stuff like that. So I'm not sitting here being like, you should never be able to post your kid or have a vlog channel. But I just think the conversation of how do you draw that line of, like you said, Sydney, okay, how much money is really being made because you have kids? How much money is being made because you have something interesting to say? Should those kids be set up, from day one? And also one thing that's really interesting that I think makes this so much harder is the fact that the traditional entertainment industry, like TV, movies, that kind of stuff, that's very much so like you're on set, you're working, but then when you go home, there's not a camera in front of you when you're living in your house, living your, private life. Whereas family vlogging, like there's a camera on you potentially all the time. And so it's really hard to separate like work from not work. And I'm wondering, like, do they have hours or certain days? Like, oh, well, we film our kids, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but then Tuesday, Thursday, they know that they can count on not being in front of the camera and, not being filmed. It's such a gray area. And I don't even know how you would go about finding like guidelines that would protect kids while also allowing people to still make this type of content. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I agree with you 100%. I think that at a certain point with like family vloggers and stuff, at a certain point, I'm sure you have to like, claim that income. You have to claim that income, right?
The kid?
No, the adults.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like that's ideally in my head. I feel like that's when rules should kind of, if they had them, I feel like that's when rules,
like once you're making
a certain amount, like there's a threshold or whatever, you know what I mean? Like once you're over that threshold, then there's like rules that you must follow because you're making money off of your family. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't think that people should keep their kids off the internet altogether because it's your choice. We have freedom, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think at a certain point, like with these, like with kids, like their kids, I don't know. Like I really hope they have money for them set aside, but realistically, I don't know if they would. You know what I mean?
Or like reviewing the channel. Like I think that's actually a good point of like once you get to a certain like threshold or whatnot, I'm sure, YouTube reviews a lot of stuff. They like other things. I'm sure they have the ability to review if the kids are in an episode or like if they look at how much content the kids are.
Like how much screen time a kid has. Like who sets like laws for the internet though? Is it government? Is it state? Like that's another thing too is like where does it come from? Like who has to like...
Well, I guess child labor laws, that's, federal. So I would assume it would be something along the lines of that as well. But I don't know if it's like because YouTube is, owned by Google. So does Google make those calls?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, after you saying that, do they have a schedule? Like, can you imagine having, I'm just thinking, like, your 2 and 4-year-old, and they have a work schedule of, okay, Tuesdays, Thursdays, no camera or something like that. That's just, like, that doesn't sound great for just in general of, like, you have to be on. And quick question, is Shyla the one that, or who is the video of the lady that posted her kid having a tantrum?
Oh,
that was what was her name?
I don't remember.
With like the ice cream, she's like, "You got ice cream or something." I was like, that was just so painful.
Oh,
they're in the car, and she's like, "Why are you not?"
Oh, the one I'm thinking of was the one when their dog was like almost dead or something, and she kept being like, "Okay, pose for the thumbnail, and the kid's like fully crying
in the car.
Yeah, in the car.
Oh,
about
maybe
like
that's what it was.
Their dog being really sick or something, and
she's like, act for the camera, or something like that. Jordan Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Oh, asking her son to cry?
Yeah. She was like, she's like, cry for the camera. She's like, look here.
Oh,
she's like, look here. And like, she's like, do this. And like,
she's like, look down, look sad. Okay. And he's legit crying.
Oh my God.
And he's like, but mom. And then she finally's like, okay, that's enough. And
he's like, I'm actually sad. But going back to the laws and stuff, I mean, have you guys heard of Jeanette McCurdy's new book that came out like recently? Jeanette McCurdy from like Karelly. She was a child actor. Oh, the blonde girl.
Yeah.
Oh, her friend. Like
the blonde friend.
iCarly's friend, yeah. She recently came out with a book. I haven't read it yet, but I really, really want to. Called, it's like something like I'm Glad My Mom Died or something like that.
Oh.
I know, yeah. But she talks about how she basically had to, she was the backbone of the family. Like she was a financial backbone. She was making all the money. She was, she was in charge of all of that. And that's a lot of pressure to put on a child, obviously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But even with these laws in place, with child labor laws, she still came out with so much trauma.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
All these child stars, look at where they are now. Like so many of them have been through horribly traumatic things, and a lot of them deal with addiction. A lot of them deal with mental health issues. Because I think, like you were saying, Karelly, that's a great point. Yeah, there's laws, but still, let's say that you're on a Disney show and you're making millions of dollars a year. And without you, you would not be, like, you wouldn't have that lifestyle. So in a way, you're holding up your family's lifestyle, right? Because your parents are not the child stars. What would your parents be doing if you were not the child star? Probably working a normal job. I don't know. So, without you, they're not making millions of dollars. So the amount of pressure it is to make sure that you get that callback and that you get that
role or
whatever it is in order to continue to make money for your entire family. That's a ton of pressure as a kid. And, sadly, as we've learned, there's been a lot of horrific things that children go through, a lot of abuse, emotionally, sexually, physically, whatever, in the entertainment industry in Hollywood. And a lot of them, I think, put up with it, 1, because they're too afraid to speak up, 2, because they're embarrassed, because a lot of people find that extremely embarrassing, especially when you're a kid and you don't really know what's happening to you. 3, you're maybe threatened by that person, though you better not speak up. And 4, what happens if you speak up and lose your job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a total double-edged sword, just child entertainment in general. But I think especially YouTube, I think, perhaps Hollywood has gotten, maybe, I would hope, I don't know for sure, I would hope better over the years because of the fact that there are laws. But, with YouTube, it's kind of like the Wild West. You don't really know what's going to happen.
And like a lot of the kids that are child's YouTube stars right now, they're still children. Like they haven't grown up. We haven't been able to see how they'll turn out. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is kind of like, I mean, I'm sure we can assume how they'll turn out, like looking at like Hollywood and stuff. I mean, they're very similar.
They have a lot of similarities, but yeah, like you said, YouTube's really new, relatively speaking. And so these kids are just now starting to, I think, become old enough. And I think in the next, 5 years, they'll become old enough to where they can really be like, why the fuck is my whole life online? The good, the bad, the ugly. Why is that all online? So anyways.
Or even seeing moments of maybe like when the family wasn't that way, like that, seeing that they were putting on a show, or like say that you look at one of your the old videos and the way it's edited,
or you don't remember it like that or something like that. Yeah.
I mean,
totally.
Like, it just mentally, like, just totally could screw with you. I think it will screw with you either way, even if you wanted to or not.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so we'll leave it there. Let us know your thoughts below, because this is a topic that I find very interesting to talk about. Just, you know, family vloggers in general and how far they will go to put out their lives to throw other people under the bus in order to get a view or to try and, you know, make their case seem stronger. So let us know your comments and your thoughts about that. And I think that's going to be it for this week. Thank you guys for joining us. If you have a moment, head over to Spotify and Apple Podcasts to download it and subscribe to us. It really, really or follow us and download. That really, really helps us. It helps our show. And if you have an extra moment, maybe leave us a review as well. And we have a TikTok. Be sure to follow us on TikTok and all of our social medias at _Sesh Podcast. That is it for this week, guys. We will see you on the next sesh. But until then, keep it fresh.
Come on, Sydney.
Sorry.